Hi, in today's video, I'm going to tell you the two main importance the portfolio updates from these super investors. So basically, these are the super investors. These are, for example, you can easily see Warren Buffett and Charlie Munger and so on. So this is the partial list. Michael Burry. So the total is 69 of that. But what why I'm showing this to you. So basically, these super investors, they need to file 13F. Right now, the question is, what is 13F? So basically, 13F is a quarterly report that is required to be filled by all institution investment managers, right, with at least 100 millions in asset under management. So they need to disclose their equity holdings and can provide some insight to what the smart money is doing in the market, right? So these super investors have over 100 million in assets, right, under their management, right, and they need to report every quarter what they have bought, what they have sold. So those kind of information, usually if you notice in my videos, I go to the SEC and then pull the information, and then we did the like a Warren Buffett and Charlie Mungers and a lot of others managers uh, in my past videos, right? But in today's video, what I'm going to do is, this is the topic: the top 10 big bets made by the super investor. So what does mean, right? So it means, okay, what are the top 10 stocks which makes the highest percentage in their portfolio. So if it's a 30% or if it's a 40, 50, 60% by these super investors, right? So we picked it and show it. So this information basically I easily available now these days. So there are so many websites. I have used the Dataro website to collect this information. So I'll go step by steps to 10 to 1, and then but for the another one, which is the most owned stocks by the super investor, I'll just show you the list. These are the stocks next which is mostly owned by them, right? So by the number of investor, not just by percentage. Okay, so let's get started. So before I start, I really like this quote, and I really admire Mr. Warren Buffett and most of the value investors. So the quote is, "The stock market is designed to transfer money from active to the patient." So basically, this is a patience game, right? You just cannot just go and try to every day chop the crop, right? You let it grow, and then once it's grow, you just takes the fruit out, right? So that's enjoy. So that's the whole idea. So I really believe in that. Okay, so myself Pramod Kumar, I'm a CFA charter holder and FRM certified. So now let's get started. Okay, so first is top 10 big bets made by the super investors. So when I say big bets, what is mean? Let's see this. The number 10. So when it says it's the maximum percentage of their portfolio. So look at these. So for example, in the number 10, the ticker is LE Financial Incorporations, right? So this is the punch card management, Norbert Lu. So in his portfolio, he hold over 33% percent of his portfolio is just one stock. So look at this, how concentrated these stocks are. There are the total four super portfolio have this stock count as well. So if I went to the Yahoo Finance and find, this is just like a financing kind of a website, sorry, the company, but this is value stock. So in the next year, it seems like, and it's trying to do good there as again. So that's it. I'm not going to analyze these stocks in this video. I'm just going one by one and tell you, maybe asking you questions. If you want me to cover any other these stocks which you have seen in this, feel free to put in the comments, and we'll look from the value perspective, right, whether this is good or not. But for sure, these must be good, as is owned by these managers, right, who manage such a large some amount of money. But depend, everybody risk profile is different. Maybe it's good for them, not good for us. Just a word of caution there. And this is good for the information, right? Okay, the number 9. Number 9 is none other than hold by Mr. Charlie Munger. This stocks is, you might already know this, it's a Wells Fargo, it's a very reputed bank, and this is the 38.09%. Total ownership 23. So this means 23 super investor own this stock, but the maximum percentage of the portfolio is owned by the Charlie Munger portfolio, right? And I noticed he's been owning this portfolio for a long. There is hardly any change. And one thing about Charlie Munger, I was reading his books as well, and so he's like kind of investor who just buy and just hold just forever, right? So that's what his philosophy is all about. And yeah, so that's what I really like. So he makes some bet and makes some deep bets there. Okay, so yeah, so let me know what you think about that kind of philosophy. Do you think we should be more diversifying, or just make some, when you find some good stock, just stick to it and for the longer term, right? Just put in the comment so it will be good to know your opinion. Okay, number 8 is the SRG. This is the Seritage growth properties. This is, have you look at this, 42.68%. This is recently added by Mr. Manish Babril, I think 2 quarters ago, if I'm not mistaken. And he added, now is 42% of his portfolio. This is a REIT, and this is a REIT, and this was when I saw this. I think I make a quick video on this on my channel, and this was on heavy discount, and I think still it's on heavy discount. And I also this is also owned by me, just as a disclaimer, but I think since I own it, this stock does very well, because this was on very deep, almost like a free stock, yeah, based on how much assets they have. Yeah, let me know. Yeah, one more thing to ask: if you own any of these stocks and you like to share, yeah, put in the comments, right? And don't forget to hit that like button if you like this kind of information or video. So this way I know, okay, this kind of a video you like it, and I should be making something similar in the near future, right? So or at least to be sharing with you. Otherwise, yeah, I won't like to share if you don't like it. Okay, hopefully. Okay, and yeah, the next one is, which is in number 6, 7 and 6 positions. Both are from the Berkshire Hathaway. This is just their class A and B. The class A share is give the voting rights, and this is 45% of the 0.21% of the portfolio, again owned by Norbert Lou punch card, and he owned 349 shares, but even the one share is I think over 200,000, right? So that's expensive. There is another Berkshire class B share which doesn't give the voting right, but that traded at very normal prices, which but it's owned heavily by Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation Trust. As you can see, this is 45.43%. And I noticed in this share, before it was even higher, I think 48 or something, but they recently reduced the amount, I think in Q2. So yeah, so total super investors count in here is 15 and here is 19, right? But if you do the total both, so this means 29 and 34, right? So 34 super investors trusted. So it's very heavily trusted for sure. Why not? Because this is managed by none other than Mr. Buffett and his team, right? Okay, so if you're new to the channel, please subscribe as well. Yeah. Okay, number 5 is Apple, and this is owned heavily by Mr. Warren Buffett. Recently, he reduced his position in this one by 3%, which create a bit of a noise. But I truly believe, since the margins on these ones, when I was doing the valuations of these stocks a while ago, the margins were shredding. But now when I notice the M1 chip is out, the I think it's a very super cool chip. Basically, with that's always remain cool. That's why it's super cool, and there is no fan. So that's amazing, right? And I think it will be a game changer for Apple. So I have invested a little bit on Apple, but maybe, yeah, I think this can have a few, still have opportunity to go up as well. So that's a good stock, at least from my opinion. So let me know what you think about it, and as from far as from the stability perspective, from the risk reward perspective, I think this stock is very good from the consistent performance. So if you're thinking from that perspective. Okay, so maybe not very heavy growth, but still not bad. Okay, so that's my opinion on number 5. Okay, this is Atco. Atco, the company is Atlas Corporation, and this is only 2 super investor own this, and the majority of this is owned by Fairfax Financial Holding, this Mr. Prem Watsa. So this is one of the company he owns. So it seems like it's the leading global asset management companies, where pretty much it's just like you deploy the capital in cash. So that's what seems it's all about, right? So maybe the brain, yeah. So that's pretty much on this company. So let's go to the number 3. Number 3 is none other than the Bank of America Corporations. This is another bank. Seems like Charlie Munger's love the banks. He owns almost 57% of this portfolio belongs to this banks, right? And there are 22 super investors out of 69 from that data row. It's invested in this stocks, and that's our number 3. So yeah, as American, if you're from the US, do you own this one? Or even if you're Canada, you also have the opportunity to own the US stocks. So yeah, put in the comments, because now we are in number 3, or any of these number 10, or you are planning to own this in the near futures, right? And let's go to number 2. Number 2 is Micron Technology, and this is owned by Mr. Manish Babrai. This is another on his 57.32. His portfolio is very, very concentrated. As you can see, the Micron seems like the number 1 position, and the number 2 is SRG. I also own this one, and honestly, this gives me a very good returns. And so this is only 8 super investor own it, but seems like so that's the semiconductor business, right? So that's what this all about, this company. Okay, so yeah, feel free to let me know if you own this as well or not. But this is the great from the value. This is the value investor. So from that perspective, I have read his book, his Dhando Investors, and where he shared some of his investment philosophies, right? So that's a very good to read. If you want to read, yeah, feel free to check that book out. Okay, number 1 is this is Auto Nation. This is 64.12, is owned by RBS partner Eddie Lampert. This is again one of the famous asset manager, is 64.12. Look at this, only 3 super investors own this, but that's make our number 1 because of this percentage own, right? So Auto Nation is just the dealership. Yeah, one thing I want to find about is this dealership is when I see this is the stock is right now still undervalued, looks like. But do you if you're from the US and have you bought the company, any cars from them? Just provide your experience, how it is. So it's always good if you have done the business with the company before you go and buy something. Like for example, let's say we bought Apple products like Apple iPhones or MacBooks or iPad, super products, right? Amazing. How about this one, right? If what's your customer service? If you can provide something in the comments, your experience good or bad with that, it should be beneficial, right? As a community, if you want to look into this stock as well. So yeah, so that's the top 10 bets as per the portfolio which we have just did it. So please subscribe. The next is, now will be looking into the top owned stock is, right? So this is not by the percentage, maybe percentage is less, but it's by the ownership, the maximum number of ownership in that stock. So it can be like a 1% or 2%, any percent, but it's a maximum percentage. So that's what we are trying to look, which is the 10 most owned stock by the super investor. Here, just for the time's sake, I don't want to go surprise, I'll give you just top 10 one time, and most of the stocks should be not. I think it's the number one is the Facebook. Yeah, Facebook is, I think is a very good stock. This is a stock when I did it. It has a very good margins. Yeah, some people say, okay, this is the maybe is a pretty old companies, already billion, but I think it still have a lot of room to grow. That's what my understanding on this stock as well. The next one is none other than is Google. It's both class Google L and GOOG, basically both tickers. So this is number 2 and 3. So this is on the number 2 side. It's just the same difference. One gives the voting right, one doesn't give. Otherwise, both belongs to the same companies, right? The number 3 is Wells Fargo's. Number 4 is Bank of America. Number 5 is Microsoft. Microsoft has a long history of stocks. So a long history, right? So it's been there for a while. We all use its products. I want to know what's your opinion on the Microsoft, right? Do you think it still have a long way to go, or what do you think? Do you have this in your portfolio or not, right? So it's what do you think? Yeah, feel free to please put your comments, and if you like it, don't forget to like or subscribe it, right? So, and then other one is Berkshire Hathaway, for sure. This is we have seen. Class B share, and then on the Comcast, JP Morgan, and Berkshire Class A share as well, right? So the Comcast list was not before. I think if I'm not mistaken, it just recently came here, right? So yeah, this is the top 10 list. So hopefully you like this video, and if you like, please subscribe. Put your favorite comments, stocks, and if you want me to cover any other this kind of a video or something similar, please put in the comments, or if you want me to value any of the stocks, that put as well. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.